Hello, everyone. Today, I decided to make a family special, a family favorite, which is spaghetti with meat sauce, which is ground beef, and lentils and pasta sauce with a side of garlic bread. So, this is what we're starting off with. It is frozen fajita veggies. So, that includes red, green, yellow pepper, and some onion. I typically buy that in bulk from the supermarket and just have it, throw it in the freezer whenever I need to make this dish or make some other type of chicken or fish dish that I need some frozen veggies. So we're going to leave that to saute a little bit, get a little bit more soft. And in the meantime, I'm going to wash and chop up just one tomato. Yes, I know I'm making pasta sauce and the premise of the sauce is tomatoes, but it's a different type of texture to me when I am using actual tomatoes inside my actual pasta sauce. It's just something that I've done for many years and I'll continue to do because I just prefer it that way and I like how it adds to the flavors and colors that the sauce has and how everything mixes together with the spaghetti at the end. So we're going to leave that there to saute also with the rest of the frozen veggies. Now I'm going to be taking the ground beef. You can also use ground pork. I typically don't cook with pork. I don't eat pork. It's not a part of my diet. But you can use, I guess, ground pork or ground turkey typically. I think the next thing that I'll probably try is ground turkey. I haven't tried it, but I do hear a lot of great reviews from other people who have made it in this specific dish. And other dishes as well. They think that ground turkey is probably a better alternative or substitute than ground beef. So here I'm just adding my seasonings to this amount of ground beef that I have. It's more or less you eyeballing it. It's not that I'm going to say half a cup, quarter cup, third of a cup here and there. It's kind of typically eyeballing it and suiting it to how much meat that you have that you're going to be cooking with and incorporating into your dish. So for me, I'm just sprinkling some seasoning salt. It's typically from like our local Caribbean store, Caribbean shop. Some oregano leaves. You can also get that from Walmart, supermarket stores, all of those places. Some salt, not too heavy on it. Since salt is already incorporated in the seasoning salt, thus the name. So you want to just make sure you're not going too heavy-handed, but also make sure that you're using enough seasoning so that it is tasting great. Now I'm going to add some browning, which is like a darkening agent in a way to make your sauces or your meats or your chicken or your fish or whatever type of thing you want to add a little bit more color to. This is not for flavor, it is simply for color. So if you want to add a little bit more darkness to the meat when it finally does mix with everything in the pot, then you can add maybe half a teaspoon or maybe a full rounded teaspoon of it into the meat that you're using or whatever type of dish you're making. So in this plastic bag here is some thyme that I'm just gonna throw in at the end there. So here it is. I added the finished beef to the pot with all of the frozen veggies and the tomatoes. So now I'm going to be throwing into the toaster to keep warm until the whole dish is finished. Some garlic, I think it's Parmesan garlic breadsticks. So I'm going to throw that in the toaster while I am still cooking, and we'll pop them out and see them at the very end. So it's really good with dishes like this. So to add bulk to my pasta sauce, and I like it because it's another nutritious ingredient to my sauce, is lentils. You can use any type of split, red lentils, green lentils, whatever type that fits your fancy, but Here I'm going to use red split lentils, and I'm just going to rinse them off super quick with some water. You don't have to add that much lentils. I just was doing the most, and I decided to put half of that in the sauce and put the other half in the fridge for another day. So I'm going to boil my lentils. I'm just checking on my sauce, not my sauce, my veggie mixture with the beef, see how it's progressing, and it looks really really good right now. And I'm gonna just add my lentils to a pot of boiling water, let it sit, let it cook for maybe 2 to 5 minutes. And that's my pasta going into the pot boiling. To the pot with the pasta, I just add some oil, doesn't really matter what type of oil, and some salt, and stir it up. So I'm going to now incorporate my pasta sauce. I'm using Primo Thick and Zesty sauce. It's pretty good. They have different flavors of their type of pasta sauce. I typically choose this one or the one that has, I think, Parmesan cheese or hot and spicy, something like that. So I'm just going to throw that into the pot there. And if you have any excess sauce in the container, just make sure you just rinse it out with some water and throw that bad boy in there. Not too much because you don't want it to be too runny. And I'm just stirring up my pasta in the other pot, feeling out the consistency in the mixture. And now I'm gonna season it a little bit. You don't have to since you already seasoned your meat, but I typically add here and there. So oregano, black pepper, some sugar. Don't judge me. That's just what I like. I like what I like. And that's about it. So the special ingredient is red wine. Doesn't matter which one you typically use, but I like Cabernet Sauvignon or Black Noir. So now I'm going to add my lentils, stir it up, stir, and throw on the lid just to make it combine and make everything super soft and tasty. And that is the final product of my pasta sauce. It looks very nice. It looks very thick, like chili, like soup. And trust me, it was so hearty. It filled up the house. It was so good. It was really, really good. So that's the sauce there with everything in it. And yeah, with the pasta is finished cooking, I drained the water off, added some of the pasta water to my sauce and my Parmesan breadsticks. I did forget to put a picture of the final product, but it was so good. I hope you guys enjoyed cooking with me tonight, and I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching.